You're a former rocket scientist, and right now you work at conversion rate experts. How did you come to make that career change?
When I was a student, I worked for a local business in my summer holidays, and my project won a national award. About 10 years later, I had a phone call from the owner of the business, and he invited me to come and run his international telecoms business, which seemed like a better idea than doing an MBA. I'd spent long enough in university. And that company sold all of its the phones that it sold online. So we were selling phones in the States and in Japan and in the UK, and that led to what we're doing now. My colleague Ben and I were both responsible for the website, and when I started getting involved, because of my science background, I started introducing scientific techniques to our web marketing. We were already number one in the search engines for all the industry's key phrases. And so we started applying multivariate testing, got very seriously into analytics, and doing a lot of split testing with the website and optimizing it. And in doing so, we tripled the size of the business in 1 year to $9 million. And then by the time we left the following year to form conversion rate experts, we were on target to doubling the size of it again. So that was how we got into web marketing.
So do you think you owe that success to applying the scientific techniques to web marketing?
Absolutely, yes. And we've developed a system which we call CRO, which is a very systematic approach to going into a company, to analysing its conversion funnel, understanding where the visitors are coming from, what the visitor intentions are, and then taking that all the way through to developing web pages that convert, knowing which parts of the funnel to improve, web pages that convert, and then also carrying out split testing or multivariate testing to confirm that the new pages actually are, to confirm that they're actually generating more business.
You're speaking on recession-proofing your landing pages. How would one go about that?
That's right. Well, in the session we'll talk about the techniques. The business that we began working on, this was in 2005, the industry was in a severe recession for technological reasons, and so we were we're in this extremely competitive market where companies were falling off all the time, and so lots of what we developed was squeezing every last penny out of the visitors, and we wrote actually an article at the end of 2006 about 101 techniques for effectively making more money from your visitors, and that article went viral. And since then we've been developing our system and learning more techniques and innovating new ones. So that's what we'll be talking about during the session tomorrow.
What's the number one technique, the number one tip?
The number one tip is to step out from behind the computer screen and understand what your visitors are actually, who they are and what they want. But the other one is measure the changes. Don't make a significant change to your website without measuring the effect it's having on the business, because by doing so you can continually evolve. Every time you make a change to the website, you know for certain that you're actually improving it, rather than just playing guessing games and potentially damaging the business even.
Do you think the economic downturn has any effect on this?
I think economic downturns they accelerate what was going to happen already. There's always a period of in any new growing market, there's always a period where loads of companies pile in, and as Peter Drucker says, there's what he calls a shakedown window, where there's several years where companies start dropping out and the strongest survive. I think the economic downturn will accelerate that. It won't change things on a long, the economy goes up and down. It won't change things in a long term. But still, a lot of web companies are doing well in their economy, and are part of the reason for, the offline companies going bankrupt or whatever. But we're seeing a lot of investment. We've recently taken on Sony as a client. We've got 888, Vodafone as clients. Tomorrow we're speaking about how we've worked on SEO Moz's website, and about how in the last 6 months we've increased their sales by 170%, so almost tripled the size of their business. So this is something that companies should have been doing years ago, but it's not too late, and it's a fantastic way of improving your profit.